Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode, a special episode, I might say, of Keep Your Spirits Up. It's a Red and Paw Paw podcast. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Red. I go by other names as well. Sometimes it's Brian. I got with me my very good friend over here, Kendall. Ooh, I almost said your middle name on air. Kendall Perry. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing
Good.
good.
Now I know
We
your
we
middle name.
hey,
Do you know?
we can share our middle names. That's fine. I don't care.
Do you know my middle name?
I
Mm,
think I know it,
okay,
um,
let's hear it.
but I'm not 100% sure. I
Okay,
know
what
you've
is it?
told me before. Does it start with a L?
No.
Okay, then I don't know it. I have no idea. No, yes I do. Yes I do know it. It's Christopher.
No, I said it earlier. My middle name is Brian. My first name is Christopher. Yes, it's Christopher Brian.
Oh, come on. Whatever. I had it.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know where that L
Christopher
came from.
Bryan. Oh,
There's
because
an
the other
L.
the other day, or not the other day, whenever it was, and we did the Braves Mount
Oh yeah.
Rushmore, and you said Larry, like when you were talking about Chipper, how the Mets fans would say Larry, Larry.
Uh huh.
You said you mentioned under your breath there something about the great one of the greatest names in the something South or something, and I was thought, wait a minute, is that his middle name, Larry? Anyway, I,
I love
I
how
don't
your
know.
brain works. I don't know,
Do you remember that?
Lord. I remember the episode, but how you jumped from there to my middle name is Larry, I have no idea.
Well, I'm good at jumping to that stuff. But anyway, I'm doing good, Red. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Better now. I really had a scare earlier. Really, if we want to, before we get into our episode, I had a scare earlier, and I don't know
Oh,
if I told you. Yeah, you
no,
know how
what?
sometimes you feel like technology's not working or whatever, and so I had this thing where felt like my phone just wasn't working. I don't know why, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't ringing. Nothing would ring. Nobody was calling me and everything. So I had to call you and say, "Hey, can you call me just to make sure my phone was working?" And you did, and everything worked out. So everything's good on that. But I just felt like my phone wasn't working. It's kind of a scary thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it can be a little scary. A little scary.
Yeah,
Little shout out there. A little shout out there.
no shop. Hey, we got like I said at the beginning, we got a special episode this week. And what we're doing
Oh,
is because
special.
during, I love how you so shocked and surprised. Um, During our episode where we ranked our Thanksgiving
Mm,
sides, it
hmm.
came out that you don't know how to cook a turkey, but you can sell the heck out of them, but you don't know how to cook one. Is that accurate?
Well, I mean, look, okay. Like I've said a few times on our podcast. I mean, excuse me, I do sell food for a living. So for
Yes.
me to admit on a podcast that I don't know how to cook a turkey would not would not behoove me to say that. Now, do I know about how to? Yes. Have I ever done it myself? No. Did I have every opportunity to learn from my nanny and my grandmother and my mom and my aunt and
Hmm.
sister-in-laws? Yes. Did I ever take the opportunity? No.
No. Listen,
So there you go.
just because you sell turkeys for a living doesn't mean that you know how to cook them. For example, someone who sells cars doesn't mean they know how to drive one, but they can sell the heck out of it. They may not be able to drive, but they can tell you everything about it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
now,
okay. I hear you.
yeah. So we're gonna go through. There's a lot of people don't know how to cook a turkey because I started asking people. I'm like, do you know how to? And they're like, no. So I was actually talking to my daughter as well. She's like, I'm in charge of the turkey this year. So she's like, I don't. She goes, I know you know how to do it because you always did it. Teach me how to do it. So I'm like, it's perfect. I'm going to teach
Yeah.
Paw Paw. You can listen to that, and then it'll all be good. So, and
Does
who
your daughter
better?
know me as Paw Paw?
No, she knows you from way back as Kendall. So yeah. If
Okay,
I said
good.
Paw Paw, she'd probably get it, but she knows it's Kendall. Yeah.
That's funny.
So
All right.
I'm going to go through step by step just for everybody out there, and feel free, as I know you will, ask as many questions as you want because it's going to help not just you, it's going to help everybody else out there. So, all right, you
You
ready
might
to
be
do this?
you might okay, now listen. You may be
Okay.
surprised as you go through these steps. You may be surprised that I'll be, how much I already know. But okay, go ahead. Carry
I
on.
don't think I don't think you know nothing, but I'm just like to properly cook a perfect turkey.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I'm pretty damn good at it. I'm really good at cooking turkey.
Well, but see, look, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, with Google and, you know, Pinterest and, all this
Hmm.
stuff, I mean, shouldn't be that hard, right? To read
It
directions. I
shouldn't be
mean,
that hard. How many
you know,
times have you looked that up? None.
half a dozen times. I don't know.
Okay. Well, this is the easier place right here, and we're
Mhm.
gonna just gonna kind of go through it all. So, are you ready?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. Number one's the first step that a lot of people don't think about because you're going to need this. You got to clean out your fridge. So that means not that you have old food in there, but you just got to make room in your refrigerator because your refrigerator is going to be doing a lot of work in this early part of the turkey.
Okay,
So you've
so
got to,
all right. So hold up. Wait a minute.
okay.
So, how big of a turkey are we talking here? How many pounds?
Well, that depends. And that's how big of a placement you have to put in your fridge. That's a good question.
Well,
If you're going to go,
let's say you got like 20 people. 20 people. You having a big family type thing. Is that a good number, or is you want to go less than that, like 10 or less, or
that's
10 to
fine.
20?
20 is good. Let's go with 20. That's a
Okay,
huge turkey. But yes, let's go with that 20. I would say probably about a lot of times the rule of thumb is a pound per person, but that's having a lot of leftovers. I feel like because
yeah.
if you're eating a pound of turkey for lunch
Mm-hmm.
or dinner, that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of turkey. But we'll say it's a 20-pound turkey just for good math sakes as well. So
All
yeah,
right. So
so
probably
you
20 to 24 pounders. See, I sell those. All right, go ahead. Carry on.
so you need to make room in there because we're going to have to. If you buy it from the store, you're going to have to get
Yep.
it defrosted. You have to defrost that thing.
Yep.
So
And how long does
so
it take
right.
to defrost a frozen turkey?
Well, what they say in the refrigerator, you need to thaw it out for 24 hours for every kind of 5 pounds if you do it in the refrigerator. So if you're talking 20, you're looking at 3 or 4 days there to get it defrosted fully.
Okay. All right. So now wait a minute. Hang on. So
Hmm.
okay. So you saying it could take 3 or 4 days in a
Yep.
refrigerator? Now,
Right.
what's the other options to thaw out a turkey? Red.
You can thaw them out in the sink, but I prefer not to do that because it's not as safe as far as the different botulisms and everything else like that. Just, you're more likely to get some of
Oh
that.
Lord. See, we're not gonna get into all this safety business because, like, I mean, where was the safety and botulism and all that whenever I was a kid and teenager and nanny and
Okay,
grandmother? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. Like,
I get it.
anyway,
I get it, Paul. I get it, Paul. Paul. But you asked me why I didn't. Was there another way? And I told you, but
I'm
we ain't
just
going
kidding.
that way.
I'm just kidding. I know today times are different. I get it. Probably not
And
best to.
well,
I got a Chick-fil-A story too. Can I say a Chick-fil-A story right now?
we're already off the rails. Why not? Go ahead.
Listen to this. So, like, back in the day when I worked at Chick-fil-A, so I kid you not. I hope I can't get in trouble for this, can I? Chick-fil-A might sue
I
me.
have no idea what the
Um,
story is. Go ahead.
well, whatever. So, like, but back in the day, whenever I would close um, at night, then we part of our closing procedure was to thaw out chicken overnight. Like, you
Yeah.
got to think you're leaving between 10 and 11. So we had these dish pans, and you would thaw out chicken. I kid you not, on the floor in the pan and slide it under these coolers overnight. So from 10 to 11 o'clock at night until like 5 6 in the morning when our biscuit maker came in, chicken was being thawed out. That's how it happened. Anyway, so
Probably
I,
just fine. I mean, I'm sure that I'm sure everything was safe on
anyway, sorry, I'm getting way off the rails here. Go ahead, carry on.
that. Hey, no
So
worries. That's what
thaw
this podcast is about.
thaw the turkey out in the refrigerator. All right, I got it.
You have
Next.
so what we're looking at is so if you're looking at 4 days just to thaw the thing, and
Mm-hmm.
having dinner on Thursday, which typically, people do on Thanksgiving Day. So you've got to back it up. So we're backing up. We're in the weekend before
Hmm.
now in our prep time. Now, if you have a
Whew.
smaller turkey, again, that's, your days go down. You don't have as many
Right.
days, but if you have like a 10-pounder. So, the next
Okay.
step, everybody talks about how turkeys are too dry. You even alluded to it. If I don't have any gravy, I just choke. Well, a lot of people have that feeling on turkey breast because they dry out very quickly.
Hey, could that be a
So,
hashtag, by the way?
yes, hashtag. I'll just yes. We'll come up with one. We'll put it in the description. Just so goofy. In 3 hours, we'll be done with this episode with how to cook a turkey. It'll take longer for us to
Oh,
get through this episode than it will for to actually cook a turkey. I think
okay.
is what's going to
I'm
happen.
sorry. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no.
I'm on fire
Keep
today.
going.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, you are. So, in order to keep that turkey from getting too dry, what I do is I will brine to the turkey. brine the
Yes, I know
turkey.
how to spell Brian. Good Lord. Go ahead.
Well, some people think I'm saying my own name, and I'm not. It's brine. So you'll have
Shout
to
out
do
to Miss
brine.
Harmon. Shout out to Miss Harmon. Anyway, go ahead.
It's
Actually,
always
that's
Jerry
not
with.
right. That's not right. She was English. I ain't spelling. Anyway, go ahead. So, brine turkey. You brine it.
Yep,
How do you do
brine.
that? Tell me about that.
Well, that's what I'm going to try and do right now. So what I do, you can buy your own brine kits, and they have with all the spices and everything, and those are good. I've used them before. But if you really just want to go simple, you just do
Hmm.
you cover your turkey with water, not hot water. You need cold water because you don't want any bacteria growth. So cold
Hmm.
water. Um, per like pound, like if you've got a 10 or 20 pound, I would say a cup of sugar, a cup of salt, and a cup of sugar in it. In that water, you can put peppercorns in it. You can put rosemary. You can put whatever in there. That kind of helps as well. But it's really that salt and that sugar. Just you don't want it dissolved, of course. It's just about it kind of soaking into the meat.
All right. All right. Sounds good.
Now,
That,
now,
okay.
some people live and die by butterball turkeys,
Hmm.
and some people don't care. They'll get whatever. The reason why butterballs are more expensive and the reason why they quote unquote taste better is because they are pre-brined.
Hmm. Yep.
So
I knew that actually.
look there. I knew you knew. I knew.
Hmm.
So they pre-brine it, but I still, even if I get a butterball, I will go ahead and brine mine again just because it
Oh,
just makes it
just
tastier.
to give it'll be more juicy and tender, I guess, right?
Right, because it's suggested that you do it for 12 to 20 hours as far as 12 to 24, I guess,
Hmm.
for brining. And I'm guarantee you that butterball people aren't just sitting there for a day just letting their turkeys brine. They probably brined them some, but not for that
Hmm.
long.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and do that. And so you can get a quote unquote lesser turkey and then brine it, and it's going to taste just as good as a butterball, probably better because you're brining it longer.
All
So,
right. Got it.
little tip there for you.
This
So
sounds like a lot of work, and we're barely into this.
we haven't even turned the oven
But
on yet.
go ahead. Go ahead.
But I understand the work, but with anything good, you have to
Yeah.
put the work
Ooh,
in.
yeah,
So if you
that's a
don't
good
want a
line right
dry
there.
turkey,
It's a good line.
yeah. You don't
But
want,
see,
yeah.
you got to understand though, like when I was younger, I was playing football outside or
Hmm.
playing cards or watching football with my brothers and my cousins and my uncles, and
Right.
I don't know, I didn't care about making a turkey. I cared about eating a turkey. I'll tell you that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've got it brined and everything's ready. So we're basically like Wednesday. So
Yep.
we've gotten everything. You've got to do your planning on it. We do Wednesday. Okay. So now what we've got everything prepped, everything's brined, it's all thawed out, everything's good. So now what we're going to do is we got to prep the turkey. Not
Okay.
hard. I know it sounds like a lot of procedural stuff, but we'll. It's not hard. So what I do is I put I take butter, softened, not really melted, but I put butter on the turkey around the skin just to kind of give it. That'll help with the browning later, and it also help that. those juices kind of drip down into that to it.
And this
Um,
is, and you have to use butter, right? Not margarine, but butter.
it's better to use butter. I mean, you can use
Okay.
margarine if you're in a
I have
pickle,
a
you know.
story about butter and margarine from my job when I first started, but I'll save that for another time. Go ahead.
I have no doubt you have one. That's so.
I have lots of stories, Red, that come to mind when
Yes,
we're doing these podcasts. Go ahead. Sorry.
I know, and it's great. We'll never run out of material. Um,
Oh Lord. Okay.
Also a little salt, a little pepper that gives that skin a little flavor because everybody, even if you don't
Hmm.
eat skin off of animals at Thanksgiving, you always do.
Okay, so salt,
Yeah.
pepper, and butter, right?
Right. And now a
Okay.
little garlic powder. I wouldn't put garlic salt because then you're adding too much salt into and it'll be too
Right. You don't want
salty.
to double salt it. I got it. Okay.
No. So garlic powder a little bit on there if you want to put some garlic cloves in it. So it can
Okay.
be it will kind of help that in stuff it inside the turkey. I also stuff it with either apples, cut in
Oh,
half, or
apples.
oranges. Yeah. Little
Oh,
oranges
now is
cut
there
in half.
any is I'm sorry to interrupt. Is there
No.
any specific place in the turkey to stuff that, put all that in there? Does it matter?
Well, yeah, it's up the butt cavity. Yeah, just right there where
The butt cavity. Oh my
I mean,
gosh, the butt cavity
well,
of the turkey.
there's two hashtag butt cavity. Um, there's two places you can stuff it. It's actually a good question.
I always have
There's
good
one.
questions, Red. When are you going to learn that? Good grief.
Well, there you have two forms of good questions. One of them's good for comedy. One of them's good for actual knowledge. Yes. So one of them is where the neck, of course, was. You
Right?
get all the giblets. They shove all the giblets and all that stuff in there. We got to talk
Hmm.
about that. We got to take all that out. Take the neck
Hmm.
out, as
God, it sounds
cousin
like a
Eddie.
lot of work. Sorry.
Take,
Go ahead.
so grabbing something inside of the turkey and taking it out sounds like a lot of work.
No, this whole process sounds like a lot of work.
Well, I'm going through it very step by step oriented.
You
In
see, you
actuality,
see why I was playing games and watching football and not doing this when I was younger. Go ahead.
because your ADD wouldn't allow you to just sit there and
Listen, I've
learn
never
to do
been diagnosed for ADD and never had any
it.
meds for ADD, so I don't. I'll plead the fifth there. Go ahead.
Okay. So there are two places you can put
Okay,
the
now wait,
apples
wait a minute,
with.
wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt. I'm doing that a lot.
Okay,
But
fine.
okay, do you have a certain way that you do it, or you mix it up each time? Because you're talking about apples and oranges and butter and garlic powder and cloves and all this stuff. So I mean, like, does it matter? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? You can put apples and
No, it doesn't
oranges in
matter.
there. Okay, and
You
is
can go
that just
wild.
to add
You can
flavor?
go
I mean,
wild to
what does
put
this do?
apples, oranges, maybe even a pear Kindle if you want to get really crazy. Yes, you can just mix it
And
up.
is that just add flavor to the turkey? Is that what we're talking here?
It's moisture, flavor, yeah. Because
Okay, all
what
right,
happens when those fruits bake, they're going to
right.
release all that juices and the moisture. So yeah.
All the juices. All right, very good. All right, go ahead.
So
Am I asking too many
that
questions? Do I need to tone it back a little
no,
bit? All right, go ahead.
no, it's perfect. It's going to be like I said. It's going to take us longer to do this episode than it is going to be to make the turkey. So
Oh gosh, people listening to this gonna be like, Kendall, shut up. Let the guy talk about making a freaking turkey. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
the train's left the station at this point. So this is if we're not going to do stuffing. I'm not even going to get into that because your already mind is blown. So we're not doing stuffing in this turkey. So we've got the apples and everything on there for to
Okay.
give some moisture and everything else like that.
All right.
So um, cook time. You asked about how big it
Yes.
was. So we've got in your example, we got a 20-pound turkey. It's recommended that you do 13 minutes per pound. So if you got a
Okay.
10-pound turkey, it's 130 minutes. How many hours is that?
10-pound turkey. What'd you 10, I don't know,
13 minutes.
1300.
It's 130 minutes, which equals up to be, 2 hours and 15 minutes, basically.
I didn't
So
I misunderstood your question. I'm sorry.
that's okay. And so it's a 20-pound turkey. In your example, it's going to be 260 minutes. So it's basically 4.5 hours. A
Oh,
lot of
okay, four and
stories
a
out
half hours.
Yeah, so a 20-pound turkey, 4.5 hours is the top.
I was
Now I
gonna
hear a
guess
lot of
4 hours when you started talking for a 20 pound.
yeah.
I was guessing four. Okay, go ahead.
So a lot of people will say, the turkey's dry, and that's the first question I ask them. Well, how long do you cook them? And they go, well, they get up in the middle of the night and they cook it forever. Well, that's why it's dry. Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. I got a question.
Okay.
How long was the turkey cooked on Christmas vacation?
Probably for days.
All
Yes.
right, go
Yes.
ahead.
I've got a story about that too. I'll tell you in a little bit. But
All
I
right.
did fail to mention the temperature. So we're looking at about 325 for your oven. So
Oh, okay. I got a really good question here, I think. Can
okay.
you is would it be okay to put it on like 350 or even 375 and cook it a little bit less time, or does that mess up the I don't know, the procedure, I guess.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It makes it different.
Okay.
So
So
you always hear
325.
like
Okay.
yeah, you hear in barbecue, people who talk barbecue, they go low and slow. So what they mean
Okay.
is low temperature, go about it slowly. It's the same thing with the turkey. So the lower
Okay.
you go, the lower you go on it, the slower it is, and it gives it that juiciness. So it doesn't have time, like it dries out so fast if you cook it really fast. Um,
Got it. Okay.
yeah. So
All right.
here's the other thing too. While we're talking about temperatures, cooking, and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you have to cook it to a temperature internally. You have to get it to 165. Some people might say, "Oh, we go to 180," but everything that I have experienced and the research that I've done, it says 165 is safe. Once you go into 180, that's people trying to get the skins crispy and all that stuff, and you don't have to do that. You're screwing up the meat of the bird by trying to mess with the temperature. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yes. So internal temperature 165. Got it.
Right. And so that's
And that
if
should
you
have
do
and that
stuff
should be and it should reach there at the 4 to 4.5 hour mark. Correct?
if it's a 20,
If it's a
20
20
pound
pound
turkey.
turkey. Got it. Okay.
Right. But
Got it.
all along you're going to be basting the turkey with the juices that drip down.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you'll baste it basically every 30 to minutes to an hour.
Okay, so
Um,
you got to check on it every 30 minutes to an hour during this
yeah,
process.
somewhere in that range, just to baste it, keep it moist, keep the,
Okay, now what is
all the,
basting? Some of our listeners may not understand what basting is. Can you explain that, please?
uh, well, sure. They do have what they call a turkey baster, which you stick it in the juice and it sucks up the juice and you just kind of squirt it all over the bird. You don't have one of those, just take a big soup spoon and just kind of ladle the gravy or the drippings on top of the bird, just to keep it, the juices and the moist and everything on top of it.
Okay,
So
got it. All right,
that's
very
all.
good.
So all along we're doing the basting on that. So at the beginning, what I do is I will tint foil over the top of the bird to keep the skin from getting too dark because you want it to cook, but you don't want at the end of it to be completely just dark brown or black. You know what I mean?
Okay, yep, I got you.
So you
Makes sense.
so you take that foil off about 30 to 45 minutes before the bird's going to be done. And that way you got a good golden brown on it. Everything's cooked, it's juicy. So it's really, you get a good bird from the prep and everything, not and how you cook it. So it's that little bit of what seemed like a ton of work. It's really not, but it makes the experience so much better because your bird is so much more enjoyable. See what I mean?
Yep, I do. All right, makes
All right.
sense.
So we're at the end of it. So we got 20 with the 20-pound bird, it's 4.5 hours. We've checked the internal temperature. Now here's where we check it. Now we check it in the thickest part of the thigh and the thickest part of the breast. So yes, we're
Okay,
looking for thick thighs and thick breasts. So
okay, got it. All right,
hashtag that one. So
all
it's got to
right.
be 165 in each one of those.
Okay,
So once you've reached 165, even if it's the timer is you've not reached the amount of time or you've got to cook it longer, the most important thing is that temperature. Timer is just a suggestion.
A guide.
I always
Yes.
check mine before the timer goes off because if it's ready before then, I don't want it to cook too long because then it gets drier.
Got it. Okay.
So
Very good.
once we've got that internal temperature, we pull it out. The next thing is also super important for dry turkey or a moist turkey. Let it rest.
Yes.
Just like any good steak, you got to let it
Hmm.
rest. You can't just like throw it out of the heat and then start cutting it. My experience and everything I've read is about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Just let it sit there. The juices kind of resorb back, into that meat.
Okay. All right. Very good.
So we're letting it rest about 20 minutes and then we cut. So cutting, I typically don't cut the whole bird. Like I'll cut enough for the meal, both dark and um, white meat, breast and thighs, and leg or whatever. But I'll leave the rest of it on the bird to continue to kind of just rest as well. And
To
then
keep all the
later,
juices in, flavoring, and all
yeah,
that stuff. Okay.
yeah, because if it does dry it out, then you don't want to do it to the whole bird. So, um,
Okay. Now, do you cut the turkey or carve it?
um, explain to me the difference.
Well, I mean, to me, cutting you're using a knife, and then carving you have a carver. You know, one of those things you plug in. That's what I remember. I mean, my dad used to carve
Oh,
the
you mean
turkey all the
electric
time.
knife?
Yeah, electric knife. Yeah, carving that sucker.
Oh, I don't use an electric knife because I feel like if I was going to go hunting and cut up an animal, I wouldn't use a chainsaw either. I'd just use a knife to do it. It seems like a little overkill to me.
Okay.
Um, but I have
Yeah. You,
in my family, we have in the past used those too. Uh, I
okay.
don't care for
All right.
but
Fair
I just
enough.
use a knife. If your knife is sharp, listen. If you're in the kitchen, if
Hmm.
you don't have a sharp knife, then we are starting off with the wrong basis. You got to have a sharp knife no matter what you
Okay. Fair enough.
do. I have three different sharpening stones that I have in my house just to sharpen knives because that's how important it is.
So really, I mean, okay, I'm learning a lot today, actually. So uh if you take out the time that the turkey has to thaw in the refrigerator and all that, there's really not a whole lot to it. I mean,
No,
as far as the butter and pepper and garlic salt and then stuffing it a little bit and all that. And then, it's really the longest part of it is the thawing it out in the refrigerator. And,
right. And like I said,
you better have the right pan so juices don't go everywhere. But
right,
and then also the cooking time, if you take away that,
yeah,
then I don't know, what is it, like an hour prep time,
yeah.
if
It's
that?
not much, and even in the thawing, that's really you doing nothing. It's just the refrigerator doing it. You just have to be prepared to
Right.
go, okay, wait a minute. It's Monday. We better take the turkey out of the freezer and put it, like you
Right.
said, put it in a bag or put it in a pan or something to keep it from, thawing out into your fridge. But yeah,
Okay.
um,
Very
which brings
good.
up another thing. A lot of people will cook it in a bag and that's fine. It keeps all of that moisture in. I
Hmm.
would still, I would still baste it if you do that. It does help. But like I said, at the end of it, you have to take that bag off and then let the skin kind of crisp up. If not, you're going to
Okay.
have a big soggy. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of, what do you put the
Yes.
turkey in to cook it?
Well, that's a great question. There are pans that have like a grate at the bottom of it, so it lets the drippings drip down, and they're not just kind of sitting in the drips. So that way, and you have a turkey basting pan too, where it just kind of you put it on kind of a rack, and it's got handles on it. You just pick the turkey up, you put it on um, the tray if you want to put the whole turkey on the table. You can do
Hmm.
that as well, and that way you can carve it on the table that way, and it's easy to pick up and done. But you can
Have you?
buy the little tin ones at like Walmart or whatever,
Oh, the foil
and
pans.
dispose them. Yeah, and you can dispose them. You can cook them in that too.
Okay. Now, have you or anyone in your family ever dropped the turkey?
Um, no, but I remember when I was real young, my dad cut himself when he was cutting the turkey. He had to go to the hospital. That
See,
was
and
a
that's why you use an electric knife.
so that when you actually cut it, it just saws it right off instead of just cutting it. Sure, that makes sense,
No,
Gandalf.
no, no. Don't you think if he was using an electric knife and had a glove on the hand he's using or something, he may not have done that?
In all honesty, he probably was using an electric knife because way back then, I think that's what they were using to carve the turkey. So I don't think it
Oh
helped at all.
man. Okay.
If I
All
had to
right.
guess,
All right. Well,
no, it's don't put your hands where the knife is going to be. I mean, that's
yeah, it's pretty
101. Don't cut yourself.
cutting 101.
Yeah,
Don't put
just
your hand where the knife's gonna be.
exactly. Let it fall. If
Kind of
it
like
falls,
jalapeno number one. Don't cut up jalapenos and never mind. Go ahead.
yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah, I get people saying that to me all the time now. If you,
Yep, yep, yep.
oh yeah,
Okay.
all right. So here's some. So that's just the basics.
Okay.
Now, at the end of this, I'm going to tell you some extras if you want to do to make it a little bit better. All right.
Okay.
First one, and I know a lot of people have been screaming this since the if for the 4 or 5 people that are listening to this still,
Yeah, the
they
four or
probably are
five
screaming,
people.
and 3 of them were probably our family, but um, they're screaming, "Where are the injections? Why aren't you talking about injecting?" Yes, injection. You can buy these little turkey injectors, and you can get the actual
Oh, that's like
uh,
to inject marinade in there or something, right? Is
yeah
that right?
for the you can
Yeah.
buy the marinade, and it has an injector like a disposable one with it.
Right.
A
Yep.
lot of times, so those are great. Or you can get a real injector that you reuse, wash and reuse. But those are great. You can inject whatever those little things, the marinade that they have, or you can just inject melted butter. With some, I've done like a little melted butter, put some garlic powder in it, and just maybe some Cajun seasoning or some cayenne pepper, just to give it a little spice. You can inject that into the again the um, big thighs and the breast and everything, and then some in the legs too, because there's some good places to do that. But the wings you really can't really inject because there's not a ton of meat in them. Um, but that's another extra kind of thing you can do for help with moisture and flavor. So have you
Okay.
done the inject?
Have I what?
Have you done the Have you done the injecting in your turkeys before? Have you had that?
Have I done injecting? I've never made a turkey. What are you talking about?
Never mind. I meant like if you had one.
Oh, have I tried turkey that has that's been injected? Is that what your question is?
Yes.
Uh, I don't know the answer to that. I'm
All
gonna
right.
say yes, I have.
Okay. Very good.
I'm gonna say that my family did do that at some point.
Okay.
Maybe
All
every
right. So
year.
yeah. So you can inject them.
Yep.
You can inject them.
Yep.
Here's another little extra thing you can do. What I do, it helps for moisture, it helps for flavor, it helps for a lot of things, and it's also looks cool as heck. You can bacon wrap the turkey breasts.
Okay. I like bacon.
So who doesn't? So what I do is I'll cut just right up under the skin on the breast, right on the breastbone. You can cut a slit and you cut it all the way down through the breast, all the way through the bone to the breastbone. And then there'll be a little membrane that you can kind of pull between the actual meat and the skin, and you can pull that apart to where you can also put butter in there. You can do whatever things to kind of keep that breast from getting dried. You can very moisturize it. So what I do is I'll lay regular bacon in that little hole there and cover the breast. So you get it two things. One, it's covering the breast with bacon, and so it's going to create a good flavor and moisture. But also all that bacon when it's cooking, and of course, remember you've got that foil on top of it, so it's just dripping bacon drips into your gravy. So if you make gravy from your turkey, drippings, it's going to be even better. And also, you get to baste it with that bacon grease and that turkey grease the whole time. It's heaven.
It sounds delicious. You know what I'm learning more and more throughout this podcast
What is it?
is that I love that I don't have to do this and someone else usually is doing this and I just eat it.
So basically, you're a lazy pilgrim, right? You're just for Thanksgiving.
I'm a lazy pilgrim, man. I'm a lazy
Hashtag
pilgrim.
lazy pilgrim.
I don't I mean, thank God for, my family that enjoys doing this type of thing and I just reap the
So,
rewards.
so if for no other reason, what you have gained is, like you said, a good appreciation for those people, and
Oh,
so
I've
now you will
always been
thank.
appreciative now. I've always told, my family that and they know it. So,
But
absolutely.
but now it's a
But
different level
yes.
because you're like, I didn't realize all that stuff you had to go through. And if they're not going through it, then you have to question them, going, why didn't you brine that turkey for
No,
longer?
I'm not going to say anything. Hey, listen, man. I'm not that brave, okay? I'm not that
All
brave.
right, that's good. I will give you one more example. So one year I didn't, for some reason, I don't know what happened with the oven, something, I don't know what it was, but I had to cook it in an electric oven. It was just kind of it's a weird, it looked like a turkey pan that you just put a lid on and you cooked it in it. It was electric, and I was really skeptical of it. I didn't think it was going to do well at all, but for some reason, I don't remember the reason, we had to do it. So I opened the thing up at the end, and I'm not kidding. It looked like shishi. I mean, it looked terrible. It looked like it was going to taste. It looked like the one like you referred to on Christmas Vacation. It looked like the turkey, except it didn't explode out and all that stuff. But it was hideous. It tasted amazing. Probably one of the best I've ever cooked, but it looked terrible. So if you were going for the Thanksgiving picture card, it wasn't that, but it was very, very good. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That sounds
So that's
interesting.
so I think now what we need to do is we need to get you to cook one just to document
Mm-mm,
this process.
mm-mm.
Why? It's not that hard. You just said it at the end of it. It's like it's really not that hard. Come on.
Oh, I don't know, Red. I'll think about it, brother. I mean, listen, man, one of the most ironic things about this podcast is, and I alluded to it earlier, and I've alluded to
Uh-huh.
it in a couple other podcasts, but I sell food for a living. I've been doing it for a long
Uh-huh.
time. I work for two different companies. I mean, Chick-fil-A, if you want to count them, because I got to count them. So three, but two different selling companies, we'll say. And I've been pretty successful, as you know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and
Absolutely.
and I talk about food every day and sell it every day and suggest it every day. And I don't cook a lick hardly. And it's kind of ironic. It's kind of comical, really,
Yeah.
because I deal with people like you that are really up and all into this stuff. And phew, I'm
And
not.
and
I'm
you
not.
could care less. You're just trying to make money from us. Is what it is. That's what I hear you saying,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, it's how I make a living, man. It's how I make a living.
I just
I have the gift of gab. I have the gift of gab and the
you
gift of
sure
a
do that.
smile and the gift of being kind.
Uh-huh.
And hey, it's got me where I'm at today. So how about that? Shout out
That's
to
true.
I don't know what I'm shouting out to, but
Shout
whatever.
out to me is what you said. Just shout.
No, that's not what I said.
That's why it came across. So,
Shout out to
oh
sales. How about
man,
that? Oh Lord.
it, what I love, if
Anyway.
people wanted to do a drinking game, which I don't suggest, but if you wanted to do one for us, one would be I sell food for a living. Take pop a shot with that one. If you said I'm I'm the oldest of three, that's another one you can take a shot from that one. Say that one all the time. For me, it's okay, but go ahead because whenever I interject and I start making fun of you, I'll say, "All right, well, go ahead." So yeah, the
uh,
red pom-pom drinking
that's
game is
probably the winner. Because
what?
I'm
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, because I've
Yeah,
interrupt you a lot, and Anyway.
Oh my goodness. So we say this every day or every time we get on here, guys. Please like and subscribe. It's very important. Use those hashtags that we've been saying. Hashtag Ash Paw Paw anything would help us out. We'll get that episode out eventually when we get enough questions. So you got anything else you want to add to this one, Kendall?
I don't. I appreciate you taking time to explain that to me, and hopefully, this will get a lot of listeners. Even though I'm not sure anybody's going to listen to this one.
We think that every week, and then for some reasons people listen. I don't know why, but God love you. We love you, and thanks for listening.
Thank you. Have a great day.